Avoid this if you go to Japan. After being born in Japan and living there till chugaku, I have personal knowledge on what you should avoid if you go to Japan. So if you were thinking on going on a little visit to Nippon, there are certain Japanese culture that you have to understand to not look like a little baka. So here are 5 things you have to know to be accepted into the culture. Japan is obsessed with kawaii culture, starting with its umai food. Obento or bento boxes that parents make for their kids are not only healthy, they're mecha kawaii. They will chop up things like sausages to look like octopuses, seaweed to make anime characters. I've personally seen Pokemon bento boxes, Jujutsu Kaisen bento box, and even Attack on Titan bento boxes. And if you go to a cute cafe in Japan, they go sicko mode on the cuteness of each food, like parfait, omurice, kare, so you have to try it. Compare that to Lunchables, it's pretty good, and it's so umai. Number 2, if you go to Japan, you have to go to Harajuku Street, and here's why. First, you have to go to Harajuku Street because there's an explosion of kawaii culture. Even Jujutsu Kaisen had a shout out to Harajuku when Nobara wanted to go. Remember this? It's only 2 minutes from the JR Harajuku station if you actually plan on going, and the first thing you would notice is the sheer amount of shops in close proximity. There's vintage shops, kawaii colorful shops, cosmetics shops, and they all fit that kawaii Harajuku style vibe. If you were thinking of getting a little fashion checkup, you know, you were getting a little doll, you look like Arthur from that cartoon show, then you gotta go to Harajuku and get a fashion checkup. You will get why Nobara was so hype when she went to Harajuku. I personally went to a cat cafe and got this pink Converse. This is actually from Harajuku, so you never know. And if you go there, the second thing you shouldn't want to miss is the Purikura. So basically, you gotta go to this Purikura station in Harajuku, which is kind of like you go down the stairs and it's kind of in the basement. But if you don't know what Purikura is, it's this photo booth station that kids love it, and it got so popular over the last decade. You might be saying, what's the big deal about this photo booth? Photo booth's been around for so long. Wait, Purikura, it is a photo booth, but it has a little bit of quirkiness to it. The funky thing is, when it takes the picture, it makes your eyes look huge, like kind of like a rom-com anime characters. And hey, if you're a guy, don't be afraid to do it. I did it with my boys, and you know, it does make you look a little funky. Your skin becomes glowy. Like I said, basically like a rom-com characters where everything's glowing. You will look like that. You don't look human as much anymore. And I've seen some of my American friends try to do it, and they'll look even more ridiculous. But hey, it's a memorable thing. You could say you got it Harajuku, you could put stickers on it. It's an experience, it's a vibe. You can keep it for a lifetime. Food is also popping in Harajuku, all the way from the snacks. They got crepes, banana chocolate, strawberry. They'll wrap it up, they'll make it right in front of you, and it's delicious. They also got this watagashi, which is basically this cotton candy, and Harajuku has this really huge one with colorful thing that kind of looks like a UFO, and everyone gets them, takes a picture with them. I haven't seen anyone actually eat it all the way, but it's Instagrammable, Insta buy it. Cute ice cream with characters on it. You gotta go there and get the snacks. Just go there. If you like this video so far and you want to actually go to Japan but experience all the culture that it has to offer, I have a Skillshare course on 1, Intro to Hiragana, which is the basic language course for Japanese, as well as basic grammar so that you could formulate your sentence and know how to introduce yourself in Japanese. Yoroshiku onegaishimasu. Number 3, you have to know the Harajuku and the kawaii fashion. Now, if you go to Harajuku and walk around, the first thing you might notice is like, whoa, there's a big fashion shift. What is entering my iris? This fashion is crazy right now. I'm used to Japanese fashion being a little bit more mild, but what's going on in Harajuku? So to sum it up, there are a couple fashion styles you'll see to just bring a little bit of archetypes for the fashion styles that you might see walking around there. You might first see that gyaru style, which is actually, gyaru actually means girl or gal in a very poorly translated Japanglish. Gal turned into gyaru. So, but basically it's like a high school fashion vibe. They always have their hair dyed. They got lots of accessories, but it's a little bit like high school fashion with accessories vibe. It's weird because like if you go to high school like that, you're probably gonna get kicked out because you can't have your hair dyed and stuff like that. So it's kind of like rebellious high school vibe, and typically they're extroverted, so they might talk to you. Yeah, there might be some cosplay. I heard Spy Family's big this year. Spy Family cosplay. There might be some Demon Slayer cosplay, a little bit of Violet Evergarden cosplay, maybe in Tokyo Revengers cosplays for the boys. Lolita. fashion, Lori? No. Lori fashion? I think it's Lori fashion. Is also pretty popular. It's kind of like a Victorian princess vibe. This is actually pretty popular. Even for casual days. They might not go full sen, but this kind of dress vibe is, I see a lot of Japanese Instagram girls that I know, like my friends from back in the day, kind of do this fashion. Basically, the signature look is like this voluminous dress, typically, like with a little bit of fluff and air into it. It got a lot of frills, lace, and basically the color is more pastelish. The makeup will be soft and like, and some girls might wear wigs or kind of make their hair into that kind of princess style, which is, it's so popular that it's creeping in. It already crept in. It's actually in the girls' Japanese street fashion, casual fashion style. And then there's the obvious, the dekorake, which is what Harajuku is known for, where the color is vibrant. We got all kinds of colors everywhere that's going on. I remember Conan O'Brien tried it when he went to Japan a couple of years ago, and he looked pretty good. He looked pretty cute, pretty kawaii, I must say. Accessories is really common with this one, and a little bit of Hello Kitty vibe and stuff like that is really popular. And this is what I think a lot of people might see when they go there. Finally, there's a street fashion or the casual fashion that you might see, and I think this one actually incorporates all the archetypes that I just mentioned, just a touch for each one of them. Like Harajuku style, at the end of the day, doesn't have to go over the top like all the things I just mentioned, but they could incorporate little elements of each of the things, and that's basically makes up what Japanese street fashion is. A touch of high school vibe, a little high school skirt or something, a touch of fluff, a little bit of lace, a little pastel color, and then a little bit of accessories, like you know what I'm talking about. It's a mix of everything. That's what fashion is. That's what I do. Number 4, anime obviously also has some elements of kawaii. Now, anime characters in general with their huge eyes is definitely not proportionate, is mimicking kawaii things. But obviously, specifically, there's reasons why anime girls are really popular and just really popular. Anya for Spy Family was a big boost for why Spy Family got so popular. She's so kawaii. If anyone says otherwise, slap, because it's just not true. OGs like Sailor Moon or Sailor Moon contributed, really just embraced and pushed forward the kawaii aesthetic. Even till now, it's coming back again, you know? Not just the fashion that the Sailor Moon actually wore, but the whole vibe of the show with all the colors that they use, with all the architecture and the people, how the people looked. It got really popular. Even the Sailor Moon, right? She's in a sailor outfit with a little kind of like crown and stuff like that. You could see how each element of kawaii is incorporated into a complete kawaii. Even Pokemon, you know, maybe the first anime you've ever watched. Pikachu is kawaii then, it's kawaii now, it will forever be kawaii. Pikachu. I'm not gonna get into if waifus are kawaii or not for the otakus and the weebs, but I must admit that anime culture embracing kawaii is what pushed it forward, and it just got so popular. So there's an innate popularity of kawaii, just for the proof that how anime got big, just universally, you know, that's, you know, things are cute, people like cute things. Number 5, so you might say, what does it exactly mean to be kawaii? It seems to be more than cute, and that's exactly it. It's not just cute. Again, so kawaii from this is not just a mere translation to cute. That's not gonna suffice. It's a mixture of innocence, a pure heart, and something that you wanna protect and preserve. Personally, it seems like in the West, people tend to think if something's cute, it's immature, and when something's immature, it's not legitimate. It shouldn't be pursued. It's useless, and I don't think it's true. Because in Japan, being cute doesn't necessarily mean it's immature, and therefore people don't just push it away immediately if they see it. I think ironically, guys and girls included, kawaii culture is actually a rebellion towards the monotonous, kind of like an adult life that they lead throughout their habitual lives. So preserving this little bit of child innocence can be seen as a rebellious act towards this dark, mature life that they live, and they want to keep preserving that a little bit in each space or aspects of their lives. So it ironically fights against the world by being cute. So in this way, kawaii doesn't have to be anime girls and kids. It could also be found in food. It could be found in fashion. It could be found in architecture. It could be found in how you act. and it's to protect the little touch of the pure heart that you might have. You know, there's nothing wrong with that. Obviously, there's a negative. Some people say there's girls that act too cute. That's like buriko. They're known for being buriko, which they're purposely dumbing themselves down to be too cute, which is like, you know, things could get tricky like that. Because then, maybe what if they're genuinely just who they are, and, you know, jealous guys and girls are calling them buriko, and then, you know, then you can't be yourself. At the end of the day, be yourself, including being cute. If you are cute, there's nothing wrong with that. So hopefully now you understand how to embrace the kawaii bunka of Japan from now on if you go to Japan. Because there's nothing wrong with being a little cute, taking a little purikura, and your eyes being huge, and you put a little sticker saying, happy, or it's lazy, or it's sleepy. There's nothing wrong with that. Do that, you know, just do it with your boys. That little pretty cut with your boys. There's nothing wrong with that. I'll do it with you. I'd take a little pretty cut with your with you. Girl, guy, both. You just let's take a pretty cut. Subscribe to join the Nakama, and peace.